Hello, everyone, and welcome to MT4 Professional's presentation on trading strategies using MT4 Professional platform. My name is Randy Lindsay. I'm your host today. I'll make sure you understand and know that we are here for educational purposes only, that MT4 Professional resilient traders are not investment advisory services, so we cannot give you any investment advice, but we can teach and train you how to use the platform, MT4 Professional, and how to set up a trading plan using this set technique to be both consistently profitable and successful. Future stocks, spot currencies have large potential for reward. They also have a large potential for risk, so make sure that you're aware of the risks involved and that you're willing to accept them in order to trade in any of these markets. Hang on a second. There we go. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure that you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading or investing in any of these markets. Never ever trade in a live account until you have first proven that you can consistently and profitably trade in a simulated account. As I said, my name is Randy Lindsay. I'm your trade coach and operations director at Resilient Traders, MT4 Professional. Claudio Cardinal is here with me today. He is the product development director and all things technology guru. If you have any questions or comments during the presentation, then make sure that you ask your question in the chat panel or in the question and answer panel, either one, and we'll be glad to get to them in the order that they're received. Today, I'm going to be talking about trading strategies using our MT4 Professional platform. We're going to talk a little bit about what a market scanner is and why we use it and what MT4 Professional is all about. Of course, I'm going to give you a live demonstration of all the features and I'll make you a very, very special offer at the end of the presentation, along with lots of questions and answers, of course. So getting right into this trading strategies, I'm going to talk today about EMA and price. I'm going to look at the MACD and signal crossover. I'm looking at any moving average crossover that you'd like, whether it's exponential or volume weighted or whatever you might have. And I want to throw them all together, looking at the EMA and price, MACD and signal. I'm even going to throw an RSI in there just to make it interesting. And of course, the ever popular Alligator strategy. I'll show you exactly how to set that up and scan for those using our unique platform. Now, the MT4 Professional Scanner can scan in real time all of these strategies, plus many more, and can alert you when any of these conditions are met. So I'm going to go into detail on all of these. There are lots of other strategies. While I'm going through these strategies, you have a specific strategy in mind, please give me a brief description of it. If it's not too detailed, I can actually throw it together on the air and share it with you if you are an MT4 professional user. So what is a market scanner and what is MT4 Professional? So looking at a scanner is designed to scan and look for things that you normally wouldn't be able to look for or find. If you consider the 50 Forex pairs, 20 CFDs, 9 timeframes that are on the platform, that's over 630 combinations that you need to look at. So do you really think you're able to do this manually? Can you look through all those different pairs to check to see if there's a trade setup that meets your criteria? So most people can't. So you probably are missing a lot of opportunities. So today, if you're trading on different instruments, it's a must to make trading profitable. I mean, if you just trading one or two instruments, there are going to be many times during the day or even the week that they just don't trend, and you might or might not make very much money. But the fact is that trading uncorrelated instruments is a proven way to remove uncertainty and to diversify your portfolio. So the ideal solution for this is a market scanner. So what is a market scanner in general? It's an automatic tool that allows you as a trader to scan your market situation for symbols or timeframes that meet your custom rules that are based on your standards or your own custom indicators. So it's not a signal provider per se, but it's a tool. It allows you to analyze the strategies that you want using the indicators that you want. A strategy is just a small part of an overall trading plan, but you can have multiple strategies going all at the same time, and we make it easy for you. So here's this really simple example. Take the cross of two moving averages. In standard MT4, this is next impossible to do without writing code or writing an expert advisor that goes through and looks at the data and shows you the crossover. Now, visually, you can look at a chart and see where the cross is. But if you're trying to find a trade setup that'll scan through and automatically tell you and alert you to when this crossover occurs, that you're changing direction, that you're seeing bullish or bearish sentiment coming in, or longer or shorter term time frame analysis, that's all possible with a scanner. So let's use an example of a bullish cross that we will call a fast moving average crossing above or greater than a slow moving average. We'll color code it green. And a bearish cross, which is the fast moving average moving underneath or less than the slow moving average. We'll color that red. And we'll, for example, call one of them a 15 period moving average and the other one a 30 period moving average. So if we had this setup and we laid it out like this, where we could actually see when each one of these crossovers occur, that might be a pretty useful tool. So say, for example, the euro or the pound dollar became bullish, and we can see on a 15-minute time frame that this had a bullish cross. That would be very useful. We could see which ones had bearish crosses. We could see which ones were neutral. Basically, you don't have a bullish or bearish cross, which means they're probably equal. Now let's add another time frame. So say, for example, we have a bullish 30-minute and we have a bearish, like in this example, we have a neutral 15-minute. Whenever this neutral goes green, that's an alignment. And that shows a strong probability of price movement if we capture that or can see that. Just like we see on the pound New Zealand, the longer term is neutral, shorter term is bearish. This could be a reversal starting. We got longer term. As soon as this longer term goes red, that would be the initial alignment and potentially the start of a nice trend run. So that's the idea behind a scanner. You want to see when these things occur, and you want to be alerted to when the situation lines up. So what about multiple time frames, and what is multiple time frame technical analysis? So, well, did you know that if you trade with multiple time frames, that you have a higher probability of a profitable trade? That's due to correlation. So if you look at the charts here on the right, you can see the longer time frame tends to trend much, much longer relative to the shorter time frames. What I'm saying is that if you trade off an hourly or a 15-minute in the direction of the 4-hour trend, then you can see that the long trades are going to be much higher probability of profit than the shorter counter trend trades. So taking these longer trend trades, you have a higher probability and lower risk because you're trading in the direction of the longer term trend. If a scanner could not only identify that, but help you to make this multiple time frame analysis, that would also be an extremely valuable tool. So why are we picking MT4 or MT5? Well, there are other platforms that are available. They have built-in scanners that might or might not work with your custom indicators or your own strategy. But a lot of brokers only work with these two platforms. It's pretty much the standard for brokerages across the world to give access to the best commission rates and different instruments, of course. There's a lot of good custom indicators that have been implemented only for MT4 or MT5 and only work on these platforms. And so there's a lot of reasons that you'd want to use these two platforms because most of them are already standard, free, and available for use. The problem we ran into was that we couldn't find any MT4 or MT5 platform that had a suitable scanner, one that we could actually use as professional traders. Problem was they were either too complex to configure, which meant you needed to have high programming skills in order to set it up and use it. A lot of them were unstable. They were single tools that weren't integrated with the entire system. They were incompatible with a lot of the standard indicators that we use every day. So there were a lot of issues we had to consider. So our solution was just to make our own. And so we developed MT4Professional Scanner. MT4Professional Scanner is now the #1 market scanner on both MT4 and MT5. We've decided to create it because it instantly enhanced our own professional trading. It's enables us to scan the entire market looking for these types of setups that meet our strategy rules, and it lets us know through alerts when those occur. So once you find a good setup, then MT4Professional allows you to do technical and multiple time frame analysis on the setup. That's a huge, huge plus because it's not really easy to do on MT4 or MT5. But with MT4Professional, we make it very, very easy. So stay tuned. We'll be able to learn a lot more as we progress. But for now, we'll go right into a live demonstration. Let me pull up my MT4 platform. Make it a little bit bigger here. Notice a few things already. So if you're used to standard MT4, then you probably already noticed it. But let me go into the standard plain Jane vanilla MT4 and show you some of the differences. Now notice I have 3 different windows here. They're all the same size, but notice that the window sizes are all not filling in the window. If I hit the F11 key, I go to full screen mode, then you can see the windows don't stretch out and they don't fill up my full real estate. I have to physically drag each one of these windows down in order to fill it out. Now I could go under window and tile them if I wanted to make them all vertical. And if they were all the same size, then yeah, that would be a great solution. If I go F11 again, see, notice they're all chopped. And so I have to go right back over here and tile them all again. And now what if I have windows which were not the same size, like this one right here? Notice that I have windows now that are different sizes. Here are 2 different windows and 3 others that are all different sizes. So if I were to try to scale those or change them in any one of these combinations, they would just mess everything up. I just couldn't do it. All right, so there are a lot of features that you want to do. Let's say, for example, I want to change this to the Euro US dollar. I'd have to go over here, find the Euro US dollar on the list, drag it and drop it onto the chart physically, onto each chart that I want to change because they're not linked. They're not talking to each other. And if I wanted to do multiple time frame analysis on, say, this 15-minute and this 30-minute, then I have to middle click my mouse button, look at the time and price of the current bar, remember it, because I have to go over here to this window, do the same thing, move over to that same time and price to see if I'm in the same point and location. That can become very cumbersome after a while and not so easy to use. So if we go over to MT4Professional, it's set up as just a simple profile. You can get to it from the File menu under Profiles, and then go to the MT4Professional profile, or you can just click on it from the bottom center tab of your MT4 platform. And then you'll automatically launch into the MT4Professional system. You'll get a blank screen with your scanner and configuration panel and a window that asks you to select a configuration to load. We have provided for you 14 different presets that allow you to go through and see what MT4 is all about and some examples on how to set them up and configure them. If you find something that you like, then all you have to do is click the Create your custom configuration button here. Select any one of the configurations that you have already configured or that someone has sent you, or of any of the presets that we have given you. Once you select it, then it will create a scenario based upon that example. So I'll get one here for the alligator. And what it does is it creates a copy of the alligator and allows me to do that. So I'll put this one here as new copy. And of course, this is an example. I can go into the configurator, and this shows two windows that are going horizontally. I don't want them horizontally. I like them to be vertical. Oop, I hit the wrong one. Okay, so now I have two windows vertically. I'm going to add one more to it. I'm going to add two more to it, and then I'm going to tile all of them together. This is the hourly. I want to make this one a 5-minute. This one will be a 15. That'll be a 30, and this one will be my hourly. Okay, notice that two of them I have the alligator template applied to, and the other two I have nothing. I can load any template that I like by hitting the plus sign. Okay, or I can just simply pull down the menu and load the current template that is established on that. All I have to do is click OK, and it will automatically be loaded onto the chart. And I have the alligator new copy set up. If I look at the scanner, very quick and easy, you can see I have a 1 hour and 4 hour set up on there. But on my charts, I set up a 5, 15, 30, and a 60. So let me go ahead and do that real quick for you. I want to set up two more. One, and this one I'm going to set the same rule to, and the other one right here. So this one is going to be the 60-minute, this will be the 30-minute, this will be the 15, and this will be the 5. Signal, signal, signal. This one doesn't have a color rule. Let me put a color rule on it. And that's all there is to it, setting it up. I've set up 4 different multiple time frame scanner analyses using the color rule strong signal. Let me go ahead and say OK and save it. Let me go back in and edit that and show you what that color rule is. So by pulling down the menu, clicking on the edit pencil, then you pull up the actual rules that are used for that configuration. Looking at the first one, you can see that this one is using the alligator lips output. So there are 3 outputs from the alligator indicator: 1, 2, and 3. Lips, teeth, and jaw. So I'm using the lips. I'm asking, are the lips greater than the teeth? And I'm asking if the lips are greater than the jaw. If that condition is true, then that's a strong buy indication, and I want the output of my cell to be colored green. If this condition isn't true, the OR condition gets done. It's going to this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or whatever. So you can have multiple chain scenarios that all match together. So this is the bullish condition. This one is red, so this is my bearish condition. I want to see if the lips are less than the jaw and if the lips are less than the teeth. If that is true, that is a strong sell indication, and I want the cell to be colored red. If neither of these conditions are true, then the default color will be displayed on the screen. And I can give this any name that I like. So right now, the strong signal happens to be the name that I gave it. So that's the one that it's going to be using. So click OK. You can see I've got strong signal applied to multiple time frames. I even showed you how easy it was to add more. So if you want to be alerted to when these signals align and give you this signal, then all you have to do is just turn on your real-time notifications panel. If you want SMS messages also, then you can set up and verify your phone number in the MT4Professional members area to validate and get SMS messages sent to you. Okay, save that. I'll go ahead and close it. And then I'm going to load it because this alligator new copy Here's a new example I had made in a previous demonstration. Let me go ahead and load that one and show you. I have 4 time frames, M5, M30, 15, and hourly charts, and you can see they're all lined up and giving me outputs. This first one, the M5, you can see that the lips are greater than the jaw and the teeth. So this should give us a bullish output, and you can see the M5 is bullish. All right. So if we were to look at the 15-minute chart, the 15-minute chart has just gone bullish right there. So we can see that the next time frame, 15, is showing it is bearish. Why is it showing that it's bearish? That's a good question, because the current time frame right here is the time frame that it goes by. If you were to look at this price right here, you can see the green bar has not crossed over the red line yet. So at the current price, the close of current price, we have not closed over the output. So this is a bearish configuration. You can see the same thing occurring here and the same thing occurring here. So you're not going to see the bullish sentiment until the close of the current 15-minute bar. And that's what the scanner output's telling you. So you're looking at these things. This is telling you this is a potential reversal setup. If it's not, it's going to fail, and the longer term trend will remain intact. So you can see the longer term trend is just kind of a down move, but these are starting to set up. The euro yen, if we do a single click on any one symbol, all of the charts change. We don't have to worry about dragging or dropping charts at all. And notice how my cursors align on every single chart. By simply moving my cursor around on the price, I get time and price alignment on any chart. So that way I can see exactly where it's aligned and where the trade begins. That's the idea behind it, and you want to be able to capitalize on that right when it occurs. That's cool. All right, Stephen had asked a question about a slow stochastic oscillator. Absolutely, you can see from the configuration here that if I were to pull up, for example, an EMA and price condition set, and I wanted to edit that, then I can look at the conditions for a stochastic oscillator simply by editing my current rules. I'm looking to see if price is greater than that. But I'll also add one more condition if you want to look at stochastics. So choose the indicator that you're wanting to look at. Select an indicator category as an oscillator. We'll go for the stochastic. So we'll use that indicator. Now you've got different modes that you want to look at, the base indicator or the signal line. So the stochastic is set up as 2 separate outputs, the base indicator and the signal line. So you can set this up 2 different times so that you can compare one with the other to see if the base indicator has crossed the signal line to the bullish side or to the bearish side. So that will give you a reversal setup. If that occurs in an area that's overbought or oversold, then that gives you a very good indication that the market might be reversing. So that's the setup. So these are the standard period settings. You can change them to be anything that you like. You can change your averaging method, the smoothing field, whether you're doing it on the high, low, or the close, and which one that you're looking at. And you can also shift the output if you want to look at previous values. So that you might be able to say, well, if the previous stochastic cross was less than a certain value, say 50% rather than 70 or 80, you can do that simply by looking back in time using the indicator shift. Each value that you put in here looks back one time period. So if you're on a 5-minute chart, each one of these are increments of 5 minutes. So let's use the base indicator for the first one using the default parameters. So we'll select OK. So this is doing a stochastic using, I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong button. A stochastic using the base indicator. I want to set up one more. I give the exact same indicator, oscillator, stochastic, but this time I want to use the signal line, all things being the same. So now I'm comparing the base with the signal line. So if the base is greater than that signal line, then that would be a bullish cross. And likewise, if the same base indicator were less than that signal line, then that would be a bearish indication. I could also throw in another test to say, well, if this baseline indicator is trending long, I can look at the previous value compared to the current value, and that would give me a bullish trend. Or is it greater than 30%? I can put in a constant value simply by adding a constant value indicator there to compare it against. So it's very, very simple and easy to set up and use. It's intuitive, and it's just simple. You don't have to be a programmer to understand or use any of these things. So if I click OK, then I've changed my main color rule for the 15-minute time frame. Well, if I go over here to the 30 and take a look at it, you'll probably see it's the exact same color rule. It's already been changed and updated for all of the existing timeframes that you already have in place. Okay, so if I click OK and I click Save, every time you change or update an output, then you need to make sure and reload it. So just click the load button. And now you can see that I have changed the output from a standard EMA to an EMA with stochastics on the output. Now, the charts don't have the stochastic indicator on it, so I would have to pull in a template that shows that stochastic. So if I were to go over to my oscillators, find the stochastic, drag it over to the chart, then you can see that it's set up as a 2133, which is what I had, low, high, and a simple moving average. So I'll click OK. Now you can see that this stochastic does have an output line here, which is the base value, and it has a signal line right there. You can see that value there. And if we were to pull up a data window, then when I hover over this window, then you can see right here the output of the stochastic and the output of the signal line. So you can see where the bearish cross occurs and then where the bullish cross occurs, very much like what you'd see on a MACD or something else for that matter. Bullish cross right here. So when you have a bullish cross stochastic lineup with a cross of price over your moving average, that's an even better bullish indication that this is going to go up. And that helps you to see that. When you get to an overbought condition, it starts to roll over. That might be a great time to start looking at taking profits, because it's at these points, especially when you have a double top and you're in an overbought area, say over 80, that's a great place to start taking profits off. And you always want to be selling high and buying low. So that's the idea behind the strategy. Okay, so notice how when I rechange the size of the window, that the windows themselves change size. You see, this one's a large window and two small windows. So if I hit F11, notice that the windows automatically adjust to fill up my entire window. And if I go right back again, look at that. It's just nice. Single click on any symbol, automatically adjusts and changes these symbols for all three of my charts. It's just a sweet system. It's awesome. So a couple of guys asked, is the webinar recorded? Absolutely is. We will be sharing the link to the video recording via email about 1 or 2 hours after the presentation is completed today. So who was it that wanted to see the stochastic? Was that you, Stephen? Okay. If you are Stephen, if you are an MT4 professional subscriber, I can send what I've done, the configuration I've made to you right now, and share it with you. And then all you have to do is load it in and it'll be up and running. So let me know if you are, and I'll be glad to share that with you. Or if you even sign up and become a member before the end of today's presentation, I can send it to you before we're done. But how do you know how to do that? So let me look at a few more configurations and strategies first, then I'll go right to it. So I'm going to pull up, I just did that. So I changed it. So I want to change it back. Let me go ahead and cancel that out. Edit this one, change my scanner. Since I made this different, this was the stochastic I was going to send you. So I won't change that yet. I'll wait. Okay, so we were looking at MACD. That was the next one we wanted to look at, MACD. Here's my MACD. What I've done is I've taken the MACD right there, MACD and signal. Okay, so this one actually has some MACD and other items on it, but we're looking at the MACD setup as a histogram and a signal line. A histogram and a signal line. We're looking at the interaction of this histogram plot with the signal line to see if we're bullish or bearish at these locations. Very much like what we just did with the stochastics, but in this case, it's the MACD. So if you look at the output of the MACD indicator, then you can see that the MACD has a MACD histogram output and a signal line output. Now the signal, those values can be compared. If you look at the outputs on the data window, you can see where they cross zero and go positive and negative. We can also see where they cross each other. One will be greater than or less than the other one. So we can physically compare the two together and determine based on what our strategy is, make a decision on that. And if we have any other indicator value that's presented to us, like the cross of a moving average or cross of price over a fixed line or so forth, then we can use those also in our strategy to make trade decisions. So let's look at the configuration itself. Let's edit. And if we look at the chart, you can see the chart has 4 different time frames loaded on it. So the chart shows 4 different time frame layouts, and you can make those time frames any time frame that's available on your platform. And you can load any template. These are just the ones I've selected. I called it MACD, but you can see that you can load any template that you have available already on your MT4 or MT5 platform. So let me pull that back away. Let's go right to the meat of this, which is the scanner itself. So looking at the scanner, we've got a trade signal that's coming up on the different time frames. This signal is going to be based upon the MACD cross. So when you see the MACD standard 12.26.9 baseline indicator cross less than the MACD signal line, that is a bearish cross, and we want the sell to turn red, and we will get a trade signal based upon a sell signal. If this condition is not true, then we evaluate the next condition, which is a MACD base indicator line greater than the signal line. Same scenario, just the opposite direction. We want to change the color of our cell to green, and we want to identify that as bullish. If neither of these are true, then we color code the cell yellow. That is your trade signal based upon the MACD crossover strategy. If you're looking for symbols to load, then you simply look at your symbol list. Over here on the left-hand side is a list of all of the symbols that your broker supplies you. Now, I'm a US resident, so I don't have access to CFDs or to futures instruments and things like that. So I can only get those Forex symbols, but if you're outside of the United States, then you can get access to futures indexes, even stock data on your platform. And you can look at those ETFs or other indices directly on the scanner itself. Once you find it over here, just simply select it, hit the arrow button to add it to the list over here on the right. This is the list that you are currently using. If there's any items on this list you don't want, just hit the X to selectively remove them, or you can clear every one of them and start over from scratch. Look for things by just typing in a key filter. Here I'm looking only for things that have the US dollar in them. So everything that has the USD listed will show up. And then I just go through and start selecting those as the ones I'm interested in. So you'll see it'll work with any instrument that your broker provides for you. So let me see if I'm missing any questions here. You're currently a Trade Ideas user. Yeah, this will not work inside of Trade Ideas. You can take the strategy and use it there if you know how to set it up, but this will not work with Trade Ideas. So Warren, I'll send it to you then. So let me pull that configuration up. That was my email price. All right, load that one. So when you select configuration and click the edit button, notice in the bottom right hand corner is a share icon. It kind of looks like Mickey Mouse on its side. But if you click that share icon, this enables you to take the current configuration that you're using right now, type in the email address or the name of the person that you want to share it with. There you are. And click the share button and it will automatically share it with the person that you wanted to see. Now this configuration then will show up in your configuration start panel at the very bottom under the received or inbox. You'll also receive an email from me stating, and from the system stating that Randy has sent you a new custom configuration. Okay. Yeah, Stephen. It won't work with Trade Ideas, but we do have direct access to whatever trade instruments that you use, and the logic symbols that we have allow you to control or to determine current price with any of the indicator outputs that you use, using any different time frame that you want. Centra, the alligator that I was showing in the description was various time frames, but let me pull it up and show you. I think we were looking at, I guess I'll have to configure that one. So let me look at the indicators. See what the allocator is looking at. Looks like we're doing a 8, 5, 8, and 13 period moving averages. They're a little bit different than a standard moving average, but it's because it's an alligator. All right, Randy, why could you not insert the stochastics when you were configuring the window instead of dragging it onto only one window? Oh, I could. I was just showing you how to see it on the chart. If I already had the chart template made, all I have to do is reference the template in the configuration and it would be ready to go. So that's the only reason why I drug and dropped it onto the chart. That was just so I could visually see it and look at the data window. If I already have a template, I just use it, or I can create one template on one chart, save it, and then I can apply it to all of the charts. Simple, simple. It can alert on the spider if you have the spider indicator. Absolutely. So let me really quick go back to my presentation, make you a very special offer for those who aren't already MT4 professional users. Then I can share a lot of these strategy configurations with you right now. I already have a request for one, so I'll be doing that here in just a minute. But here's the special offer I want to make for you for a very limited time, and that's just during Christmas time. And this week is still between Christmas and New Year's. We're going to be giving you the MT4 Professional System, the entire software suite. It's no corners cut for both MT4 or MT5. We give you exclusive access to our Skype community, unlimited configuration storage, emails, and push notifications. You also get up to 100 per month SMS notifications included. These reset every month. If you go over 100, then you can purchase more if you contact us to make sure that you keep getting notified during the month. It's not a problem, and it rolls over into the next month, and you can buy a lot set, and it can just be used as you go, and that's not a problem either. You get all of the pre-configured presets, all 14 of those that I showed you, plus any that I would be sending you, all included in the value. Of course, you're not going to pay $22.95. We offer it for $194 a month, and a standard discount is usually $97, which is 50% off the $194. But during very special events like today and during Christmas time, we mark this down. So we take the 97 and we mark it down even more so that you end up getting $23 a month. Now, this is something we're just offering for this week and for this special time frame. Use the code Christmas 2021. Not only will you get a 14-day free trial, but you won't be charged anything until after 14 days, and then it will be $23 a month. Now, it's not going to be just $23 for the first month. It won't be for the first quarter. It's for the entire duration of your subscription. That's right. We lock it in. This 88% discount will be locked in for the life of your subscription as long as you hold on to it. So click the link, mt4professional.com/trial that Claudio has placed for you in the chat box. Copy the Christmas 2021 code and put it into the code coupon panel, and it will automatically give you the discounted price, and it will apply it to your subscription, and it will not change unless you cancel your subscription. Now, the trials will still be good for a full 14 days. So go ahead and use the trial for the full period, but make sure that you cancel it before the last day so that your credit card doesn't get charged. All right, so let me go back to the demonstrations and let me see. Essentra, yes, it can be used for futures as long as your broker supplies you with futures data. Whatever data you have, futures, Forex, stocks, CFD, crypto, whatever it might be, yes, it will work with it as long as your brokerage supplies you with the data. So, okay, let me do that. Let me pull up the Alligator, which is the one that's here. So let me go ahead and edit that, and I'll share that with you. And that. Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay, let's see. Which one is it? Did you know there are 3 registrations for you here? Oh, no, I think it's this middle one right here, if I remember correctly. Let me see. What is your email address? That might help a lot. $277. Thank you. Aha, it is the 3044. That's you. Okay. Let me share that with you. All right. So you also wanted to see the EMA price. I'll throw the one that has these stochastics on it too, so that way you can take a look at it. Let me edit that and send it to you. Okay, there you go. Done. Yes, if you wanted to upgrade to the gold plan, if you only have one license and you need more, then upgrade to the gold plan and we can apply this same coupon code to your upgraded plan. If you have any questions or need any help along the way, just contact us. Let me go back to my screen here. Just contact us here at support@mt4professional.com, and we'll be glad to help you out and get you set up right away. So was there anybody else that wanted me to include or to share any of these configurations with? Any of my strategies? Of course, this was just the Alligator. The my MACD one, this was the one that put everything together. So notice that I've got the price interacting with the exponential moving average. I've got a MACD crossover, and I have a relative strength value where I'm looking to see whether it's bullish trend or bearish trend. So let's look at that configuration really quick, and then we can get moving on. So looking at the rules, then first of all, I'm looking for a bearish condition. I'm looking to see if there's a bearish MACD cross. That means that the MACD histogram has to be below the signal line. Second, I'm looking to see if price has crossed underneath my 15-period EMA. And third, I'm looking for the slope of the relative strength to be down. In order to do that, I got to look 2 time periods back. That's the RSI 2. I'm looking back 2 time frames, and I'm comparing it to the current time frame. So I'm seeing, is the previous one greater than the current one? If it is, that means it's going down. If the previous one is less than the current one, that means it's sloping up. If you have a rising relative strength, it's bullish, and a falling relative strength is bearish. You can also check to see if the value is greater than a specific number. Say, for example, if it's crossing out of an oversold region, or if it's peaking into an overbought area, if you're looking to try to take profits off. So that's the idea behind it. So you can very easily add that criteria into your rules as well. So you can see it's very simple. Complex scenarios just don't exist here because it's so straightforward and easy to add them to your setup and to do those. I think it's awesome. So now's the time that you put in any questions that you might have, or let me set up and answer any questions. If there's any specific analysis that you'd like me to do on any instrument, then I'll be more than glad to do that as well. Technopop. Does the notifications include entry signals also? Absolutely. Yes, they do. All right. I think I answered all the questions. Yep, I did. We still have about 10 minutes. If I don't get any more questions, I've covered most of the material. And we can probably even close down a little bit early today. Okay, and Ed, why is it that when you apply the scanner to MT4, it takes over the platform, and how can you exit it while still using other templates? Well, it's set up as a profile. It's not that it takes over, it is a profile itself. And if you want to use the window, you can do that just like you normally would. If you double click on the panel below, then you can get in full screen mode and you can do whatever you normally would be doing with this setup panel, trend lines or whatever that you might be normally using. So those things set up and stay with your charts. So you don't have to worry about losing anything. It's saved in the cloud. All the data within MT4Professional is cloud-based and is always ready for you. It goes wherever you go in the cloud. And if you need to go someplace, like to lunch, for example, then MT4Professional goes with you on your mobile device as well via the MT4 members area. So all these features are included and with you as you use it. So when you apply the scanner, it's not that it takes it over. It just shows you how the system is integrated and functions. So you can go to any other profile and you can use the system. You can use any templates or any chart that you want in normal mode, just the way you normally would anyway. So it's not a problem. And when you go back to the MT4Professional profile, then you're right back to the same setup and configuration. Just one click of the configuration profile that you're normally used to using, and it's loaded. It's up and running and it's ready to go, just like that. You don't have to change anything or update anything or remember what it used to be. In regular MT4, most of the setups, if you make any changes, it saves it instantly. And if you don't remember what you used to have, it's gone. But with MT4Professional, it's always there because it's backed up in the cloud. So it's not that it takes it over, it just makes it a different profile so that you can fully utilize the system the way it was designed to be used. Good. All right, I was looking at the Aussie US dollar here. I've got a bullish 15, bullish 30, but a neutral H1 configuration. This means that this looks very bullish and bullish, but if you look at the longer time frame, you can see that it's topping on a potentially cyclical and declining downtrend. Here I've got a whole series of lower highs and lower lows forming out so that it's a rolling downtrend. On the shorter time frames, it looks like it's a breakout trade that's really going somewhere. It might be, but you don't know that yet. So the scanner was able to show you that by giving you a yellow bar saying that this is not a bullish setup, and the direction's not confirmed. So it's giving you a pause at this moment to wait to see, is this going to break out of the rolling downtrend, or is it just going to bounce off of this and then start going in line and give you possibly a great downward profit potential in that. If you're away from MT4 and you want to be able to see this on your mobile platform, then all you have to do is open up your mobile platform. So let's go back to my browser. This is a Chrome browser. So this is indicative of what your laptop or your iPad or your phone is going to be showing. So if you go to MT4 Professional's website, log in right here to the sign in button that will log you into the members area. This is the MT4 Professional members area. You have a home button. There's a real-time scanner, snapshots. You're managing your licenses and a referral program. And then the icon panel where all of your settings and documentation can be found. Here's your alerts panel. The alerts panel shows you all of your notifications, including the alert, the real-time scanner outputs, and the data which the alert was found on, or any specific announcements that we tend to send you, like new updates to the software, which we do send out an update on a regular basis. So that way we let you guys always notified that. You always have the ability to download the software directly from the members area, either MT4 or for MT5. We hold your hand and make sure that the onboarding process is seamless. We walk you through this and then invite you to go to our documentation center. This is where you'll find all of the videos to get started, all the configuration examples, how to walk through each one of these setups, even how to manage your license area and stuff. So if you go back to the main membership area, there's a menu item called Real-Time Scanner. If you click on that, this is an example of what your current MT4 platform is scanning. So you just find that one. This is the one that I'm running right now. And then notice that the scanner that's displayed is an exact replicate of the current scanner that's displayed on the system. So by interacting with this mobile scanner, okay, this is my mobile one, I can click on the, what is it on right now, the Aussie US dollar? Let me click on the pound US dollar. If I click on the website on my mobile device on the pound, you'll see that the pound is changed on all of the charts. See that? And you'll see that the snapshot of the pound right here was taken and sent to you on your mobile device. So you can see, oh, what was that setup on here? I got an alert that showed me that I have a potential long coming in. Is that potential long set up here? And the picture shows you. So that's exactly how you'd be able to see it remotely. So you can go to lunch, you don't have to worry about it. You can be away from your computer, but you can still see the information, pull up your remote broker, execute the trade even while you're at lunch. It's a great system. It's a great interaction. It's a really great time. And this is a real-time setup. So any changes that are made to the scanner here are automatically made here and updated consistently on your mobile device. All right, well, the link is mt4professional.com/trial. Use the code Christmas 2021 to get the outstanding $23 per month lifetime subscription rate if you hold on to the subscription. Otherwise, it will revert back to the $97 per month, which is our standard discount for members of my webinar, or $194 per month if you're not. Any last minute questions before we head out? Well, remember, you can always contact us at support at MT4Professional.com to raise a ticket with us. We will promise to get back to you within 24 hours and answer all of your questions. And if we don't have an answer, then we will let you know that, and we will look to get you an answer as soon as possible. Annette, I'm not sure. You asked if we can purchase multiple scanners from the profile page. You can upgrade to the next subscription if that's what you are looking to do, unless you just wanted to get okay, in the members area. So go to the members area on the website, go over to the kiosk, the icon here, and click on your settings. Within your settings, then you can manage your subscription right there. And from here, you can upgrade this. If this is your current plan, you can select either an upgrade plan or a downgrade plan. Okay. And then it will automatically update that. If you have any time left on any of these plans, then it will show up as a credit on your system, your debit card or credit card. And if you have a coupon code that you would like to redeem, like the Christmas code we just gave you, then you can redeem that credit code right here. All righty. Thank you, Annette. The offer will be good until the 1st of January. You're welcome. I'm going to change this configuration now while I'm here. Since I changed it, I didn't mean to actually change it. I'm going to get rid of the stochastic. I can always add it back later. Anytime you change a configuration, always reload it. There, now everything is right back the way it should be. Good. All right, you guys have a great rest of the week. We'll be right back here in exactly 2 weeks for another presentation from MT4 Professional. Enjoy the rest of your holiday season. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope 2022 is a whole lot better than 2020 or 2021 was. Stay safe and healthy. And I hope to be working with you in the very near future. Take care and bye for now.